Hey y'all. Let me know if y'all can hear me okay. Look, it's been a minute. Let me know. Hey Rajan. All right, let's see. Let's get this started. It's been a minute and I always forget how to come on StreamYard. Like it's not like StreamYard is like the paint by numbers. It's like the easiest. Hopefully y'all can hear me okay. It's like the easiest YouTube thing, which is why I do it. Hey y'all, how y'all? Now this is odd because I got a new microphone. So I wonder what's causing the short. Is it the way I got a new cord, I got a new microphone. Maybe it's the headphones. I don't know. Okay, I gotta figure it out. Can you guys hear me now? Hey y'all. I don't know. Thank you, Raja. I don't know. I'm gonna just be still. I got a new microphone because I thought the microphone was a short, but now it just went out again. So I'm gonna have to call some tech people to help me. Okay, so welcome to Burgundy Blue Commentary. We talk about what we want to talk about when we're ready to talk about it. Y'all, sorry, your girl been busy and busy in a good way, but it's so many things I want to talk to y'all about. I did get some behind the scenes of some of the stuff I'm doing for work so you guys could be a part of it. I'm sorry to the people on Patreon. Thanks for being on Patreon and supporting me. That little change helps me tremendously. And you guys, if you want to support the channel, we have Cash App and Venmo below. Thank you so much. We're not monetized over here, so everything you do goes right back into the channel, but you don't have to do anything. You being here is enough. Um, so y'all, um, I did get some behind the scenes. I just wanted to chit chat with you guys. I feel like I haven't been on here so long. So I'm going to preface this by saying you may be, if you're cleaning up, putting your beans on, sit back and relax. Some people may be a little offended by what I'm going to say, but I just feel like it was a lot going on. I got to talk to a lot of people behind the scenes and I see a lot, even though y'all don't see me, I am around listening, trying to listen while I work on what's going on. And a lot of things are affecting my hometown, as you guys know, but I just want to talk about it. I want to talk about energy and responsibility and what's been going on. Um so thanks, Rajan. So let's start at the post office. So if you guys didn't know, 2024 was a crazy year. That's when everybody decided to dox me, attack me, put all my business on Dalton Politics. And even this other poor girl who has the same name as me put all her business out there in Dalton Politics. And just for what? I wasn't running for office. I was just a regular person here. And it was a very hard time for me personally because not only did I live here, I just had a group of people that just wanted to lie on me for no reason. I you guys, when we me and my friends sit back and we talk about, can you believe this happens sometimes? And I'm like, no, like it's just crazy. So we're gonna get to that part. So a lot of things were tore down, like my business. I had to pay for a lawsuit. I didn't know where to begin because I've never had a situation where I had to take somebody to court for, bullying and harassment and all of that stuff. I didn't know where to begin. And things got like really crazy and really out of hand. And so after we healed, we had a lot of loss over here on my side of the family. After we finally got, because grief just comes in waves, and after we got things together, And after I actually sat down, had to make a decision what I needed to do and what I need to do for me and my family and for my household, things actually started to get better. And I want to say, with the support of a lot of my friends here who would just call and check on me, make me laugh, even some people that just send me text messages, just stuff to keep me occupied. I really appreciate y'all. The people that spent time out their day, the special shout out to like Shay for sure. It was days that Shay would just uh call me and make sure I was okay. Cause I remember one day I just did not want to get out of bed. I was just that sad. Not because nobody was talking, the people were talking about me. Like that comes with the territory of doing commentary. But it was just the lies. Like people were just straight up lying on me. 1000%. And I just didn't know people did that. Like just went out and spit lies. So let's get to the post office. So it got so bad. Now, if you guys don't know, it's one lady that's INA. She is she is a precinct, not a pre it's not precinct captain anymore. One of those judges when you walk in, she's one of those election judges. But thank God she's not in my precinct, but she's in the same building. One day, you guys remind me, I have a video of her at the rally, and this is not this is docs or anything. This is her outside when people were rallying against Thornton Township. This is her um at the village hall. She was taping for INA, all of that stuff. And she's a judge, election judge. So when you walk in there, she's one of the first people you see when you have to vote. So I guess she's out in this way, right? She's probably a Thornton Township resident, if not a Dalton resident. So every time she sees me, she reports back like I'm not supposed to be here and live my life and be able to vote, right? So, because of course, Jedediah Brown out his mouth said I was not registered to vote and never registered to vote and all of this stuff, and people just repeated it and ran with it and all that stuff. When it's public record who can vote, right? Um, and it just amazed me the psyops of it all of how hey choose hey my love it just wait a minute, I'm laughing at your text message. It's them legs, choosing them legs be getting her in trouble. Them little legs she be having. Um, but it's an inside joke, y'all. But it's so funny. Uh, so all of these lies they just spewed on me and put out there, y'all just ate it up. And when I think about it, it was all for the hatred of one person, Tiffany Henyard. And even though Tiffany is still able to run in another state, get her pension from Dalton, get her pension from Thornton Township, nobody went to jail. Andrew Holmes, y'all do realize Andrew Holmes got extended term limits after the accusations, right? Just total accusations. Y'all ignore that, right? So we're gonna do a quick rundown, but let's get back to the post office. So I was sitting here. I had so we have this whole thing with the postmaster, and this is a federal situation, and it's not just me. It was a couple of people involved in it, where it was just missing mail, right? So, but mine, this specific woman, for what I understand, she was making sure that she worked inside our local post office, where she would make sure that she reported anytime I mailed something out to INA. So this was a whole situation, and I think this lady lost her job um actually because I don't see her anymore, because we had to report that. Like my packages would come up missing, like it would leave and then never make. I mean, like one time, if you guys from Chicago, I mailed a package to a blueberry a supporter, and it was going from Dalton to 127th, which is like 20 blocks, and it just came up missing. Just came up missing. And then it started to happen like every day. So they had to launch an investigation. So people were really like putting their lives on the line. I heard somebody died over there recently that was like a moderator and stuff like that. Like, bless them. Like, if you did all of this craziness for what? For what? So now a lot of these chickens are coming home to roost because now we have to like really follow through. And that doesn't mean that they put, when you do these investigations on these people, that they put it on Jedediah Brown. No, or INA, or what, for the culture, or Keith Price, or anybody like that. No, you put your own personal job and family on the line for what? For what? Like, what did you save in Dalton? Let's just be clear. Let's just talk about it. Y'all fought so hard. Let's start at let's start at the top. Let's y'all sit down and have a deep breath. Okay, y'all have a deep breath. Let's start at the top. Let's start at the most. Do y'all should I let's start smooth and slow. Anytime something is, let's just start with some with Dalton politics. Something that's informative for you guys to know, they don't want you to know because the moderators are able to block it. So they're able to create this narrative. And let's just be real, a lot of people in Dalton politics aren't even living here in Dalton, right? So they're able to have this narrative, and you guys will feed into it, and you guys will, and it's nothing but spewing hate. But let's start smooth. That is only for people to keep the money flowing, the people that want to reform the South and shape it the way they want to keep their jobs. Because what was the first thing that the trustees did once they got into power in Jason House? They extended their term limits. Why would anyone want anybody to sit here for 16 years in the same seat, and they didn't do anything for the last 8? Why would you even want that for yourself or your community? Unless it was, they didn't even have to prove themselves. All they had to say was, we're better than Tiffany. And the only thing they did on Tiffany was run a smear campaign. That's it. That's it. That's the only thing they did better than Tiffany. Nobody went to jail. Not one person went to jail. I think the worst thing that happened was Keith Price bankruptcy. Like, what, Lacey bankruptcy? Lacey, he's out of there, full retirement, living his life, has his own business. He's good and successful. You didn't stop Lacey from doing that. Lacey, like, to hell with y'all. I already been here 31 years. What the hell? What, like choose, am I lying? Lacey was our truant officer. Like, Lacey's been here for 30, he's been in Dalton damn near, working in the Dalton area 40, I guess 40 something years. He got a nice cushy pension. He is doing well. He got a full-blown retirement. He is okay. He didn't get discharged or anything like that. He can go work somewhere else. He is good if he wants to, or he could just live on his retirement. Y'all didn't stop not one thing. Not one thing. Let's get to Andrew Holmes. Now we're going to leave Fania out of here because Fania got her settlement from what we understand, and she got to, I don't know about what's his name? What's that man's name? The officer the officer who saw the assault, watched it, saw Andrew on the FaceTime with this situation, and still got on the plane and act like nothing happened, came back and worked full time. But we never talk about how Tiffany had relieved him of his duties of being, having a cushy job of her private driver, right? He was the one driving her around, and then he had to go back to the beat, as we call it, right? And go back to to writing parking tickets. And that will piss you off, right? But I digress. Let's leave it there. Now he had no kind of, just think about if you trusted your life with a police officer and he saw what happened to you, looked you in your eye, got on the plane, rolled back with you, thought about it for a couple of days and said, "Yo, you okay?" Because this happened to you, just wanted you to know 20 days later, allegedly, whatever. Like, what the hell? Again, Andrew Holmes faced no charges, right? But like I said, we're leaving Fania out of this. I wasn't there, can't tell y'all what happened. But allegedly, Officer Mal, I don't know if he got a part of the settlement. But uh, we know that that was discussed at Village Hall at the meeting, right? Don't know, that is their thing. However, Andrew Holmes' term limits did get extended, but it was told to us during this fight that he not only did this to just poor Fania, he did this to other women. What was it? Multiple women, right? Even underage women. That he was bringing underage women to the crime scene, and then he was doing this. And y'all, if y'all remember that, put a one in the chat. Y'all remember that he was bringing underage women to the crime scene, and he was abusing them too. So it's multiple people that hey GB, that he had did that to, right? And nothing happened. Nobody else had anything to say. Nobody else had. Oh, wasn't it it was supposed to be the granddaughter choose the girl with the green hair, but we just forget about it. Why? Because Tiffany's out of office. So that's all that mattered. Like, Andrew, go on over there to the middle school. You good? Like, what's wrong with y'all? Y'all just ignored all that. Like, oh, okay. Yeah, he did that to multiple people. But the main thing is that Tiffany is gone, right? That's the main thing. Hey, Wyoming. Hey, everybody. I miss. Okay. So like I said, we'll start off light. So then we hear from the PR person, and we hear all these awful things that Tiffany did. And then you look into how many contracts from how many areas, like, well, now the PR person, when Tiffany fired her, Nikita gets right back in with clean house. Now, how that happened, I don't know. But now I don't even live here, but you leave Tiffany fire you, and now you're right back in there with clean house, and you have what, just from Dalton, $4,000 a month for PR. But no one tells us that Capri Austin is killed in front of Rucker's Cigar Lounge. No PR release. However, we did get a PR release when Mr. Larry Boom Boom Room went boom. It was immediate. But nobody tell us right there where Capri Austin got murdered. Where was our PR? Okay, all right. So then we leave from there, and we go over to what else was happening over there? Jason and Brittany in the dark, in the middle of the night, riding together. Officer Rocky, who has since retired, says, hey, yeah, do you want the camera on and off?" And Jason says off. And where they do that at? Where's the transparency? But okay. So then we go back, and if I'm not mistaken, I think Rocky retired, and then if I'm not mistaken, did they let? I know I'm not mistaken. I think they fired Staples, so now she's gone. Hopefully, she can, because she seems like she's too young for her pension and stuff like that. But hopefully, she can retrieve whatever she needs to retrieve, because they drug Staples, used her, they used you, drug her back in, and then got rid of her. But okay, I digress. No, nobody pay attention to none of that. So then, uh, hey, Brandon. So I'm saying we starting smooth. So then Stephanie Wiedemann, she's so upset, she's mad, she's on a press tour. Tiffany fired me. Tiffany fired me. I don't want to get into politics. She done ran for she y'all voted her right into when they definitely said they were gonna what was that man name? Y'all tell me what that man Jerry Jones when they said they were gonna bring out that he was doing something to the boys on the Dalton Bears. Do y'all remember that? And he just was like, Jerry Jones was like, I'm done. He was like, I'm done with everything. And I just quit. Then all of a sudden, they everybody stopped Christmas for the kids to put Stephanie in his seat, right? Stop Christmas, stop food boxes, stop everything. Oh, Tiffany name can't be on the food box. Has anyone seen Napoleon Harris food box? Has anyone seen Frank Zuccarelli food box? Why are you guys not mad about either one of those? But okay, I digress. So we getting fresh fruits and vegetables. People mad about that. Now y'all getting hypertension sodium, canned milk. They canceling. They won't even get you a tent. They canceling every day in the park they could get. Y'all getting those emails. The ice cream social is done for. You getting that 1 gallon of vanilla swirl ice cream from Sam's and you make do. All of that stuff is gone. Just gone. And no one has anything to say. Because Tiffany Tahoe pork chop was stealing all the money, right? Okay. So now we go down to anybody that has anything to say. Anybody. Because I've been watching. Who did y'all get recently? Because y'all been getting all of them. Y'all to kick Beth out, Vivian out, Alley Cat gone. All the, if you say, hey, what happened to the ice cream social? No, no, you're a liar. We're pulling up your evictions. We're we're gonna make fun of your face. We're gonna make fun of anything y'all, and then get everybody to turn on you just to me. I don't if you're a positive person and if you are busy and you care about your insides, just where you're going to end up later, why are you spending this much time talking about, like, this is people over 50s and 60s talking about y'all. I remember I remember this so vividly. I told Shout out to Dawn Vision, shout out to Choose Compassion. I was sitting there, I had to go to the podium and I had to find something to wear. And I was like, I got to cover up from head to toe because they're just going to talk about me. They don't have nothing to do but talk about people. And y'all, I covered up from head to toe. I had hammer time pants on, denim shirt, hat, and what they say, my feet were ashy. They couldn't my feet weren't ashy because I get pedicures, but they just wanted to say, yo, they went to reality check camera. Shout out to my bro. And they were like, oh, look at her feet. Like, these are grown people. Like, I think, hey, if you can't say nothing other than my feet ashy, I'm pretty good. But if I would have had on, let's say, a skirt or let's say jeans or it just would have been picking apart women bodies. And this is other women picking apart women bodies. It's just so crazy to me that this happens to us in our community. And I just want to talk about that. So then let's just keep going. Let's just keep going. So y'all fight. I mean, y'all fight day and night. Tiffany won't let this restaurant open. Tiffany won't let St. Patrick's open. You could walk past St. Patrick's and hear crickets, except for when they bring somebody like Lorenz Tate. They because I guess the which we didn't know. St. Patrick's was supposed to be a upstanding um what was it, a steakhouse for you know up and coming. I never understood why the top floor of St. Patrick's had a shower, but I'll leave that alone. But anyway, I never understood why they had a shower. I leave it alone. But it's supposed to be like for socialites and all that stuff. And at first, the building was falling down. Kiana Belcher had this 3-page report that showed that the place should have never been built. Next thing we know, they having cocktails up in there. Okay. All right. All right. Just nobody remember this stuff but me. I get it. I get it. So when you ask questions, you're automatically attacked. And the first thing they do is, I don't have time for this. Yes, you do, because you're listening right now. And the first thing you do is go to Facebook so people can gas you up with comments and say, "Oh no, queen, you don't need this." And "Oh no, this," like to feed your ego. But obviously you are bothered by anyone that speaks the truth on what happens when all you guys have to do is rewind the tape, but they want you to be like Men in Black and you just hit the what's that button, you just hit the button and you forget everything. That's what they want you to do, right? But I'm here to put a bet on this next election season is going to be the best election season, because my prediction is all of them are going to turn on Jason House. That's my prediction. That's my prediction. We'll see how it goes. But I haven't been wrong. Like usually I see where it's going. But I do think, like I always said, that Kiana would be the next mayor. But I do think this Rutgers situation did hurt her a little bit. But people memories are very, very short. Their attention spans are very, very short. So let's get into how everyone stood up and fought and said Tiffany wouldn't open up St. Patrick's. It's nothing but a 6 foot tall liquor store. It's not shade. It's not shade at all. We did not need another liquor store in Dalton, and that's what Tiffany was trying to stop. And now we got a mega liquor store. You know what I mean? Okay, all right. Hey, I love a cocktail too. Whatever. So now you go on over to y'all. We need to we need to open up Restaurant Row. Tiffany won't let this poor, sweet man open up Restaurant Row. He's just so innocent and he just want to build up Dalton. 3 shots later, star basketball overseas player Capri Austin murdered right there in front of where Tiffany would not allow to open. Y'all are crickets. Y'all was in there fighting the plexiglass because Keith Price was sitting in a chair behind the counter. Y'all had a whole fight, going to jail t-shirts and all, and nobody will stand up for this boy. He's a boy to me because he's a kid, but this child, this young man, this father, um, getting gunned down right across the street from Village Hall. Ridiculous. You should be ashamed of yourselves. Y'all won't even allow his face to post, no one to post about him in Dalton politics unless someone is saying something negative about him. Now that could stay. If someone's saying, "Oh, he shouldn't have been in there. He started it. He did this." Oh, that post could stay up in Dalton politics forever. Nobody's out here advocating for him. No one's coming to say, "Hey, it wasn't right that this father will not see Father's Day. His birthday is next month. He won't see his birthday." And he had played it safe by getting out here doing, checking the boxes, doing his thing everywhere he could. And the only place he shouldn't have been here. I tell everybody, don't come here. When those content creators saying they're gonna come here, don't come here. It's not safe. I wish I didn't have to live here. I wish I didn't. It's just not safe unless you're protected in this group. And most of those people that are in power, in office, they don't live here. They got addresses here, but they don't live here. It's not safe. Most of the people in power at Thornton Township, they don't live in Thornton Township. Why would they? Why would they make 6 figures, high end 6 figures, and live over here? Why would they send their kids to school here? They don't believe in their own community. And that's just the real of it. That's just the real of it. And nobody wants to say anything. Okay, so that's just my highlight of that part. Just wanted to highlight that part. And a lot of people won't like it, and it's not fair. I always see people, and I just got some new neighbors the other day, and uh, they're like across the way. And when we found out how much the rent was on these houses out here in Dalton, 3,000. Y'all look, just put Dalton rent in there. 3,000, 4,000, and you know a lot of people aren't paying that cash. You know the game. You get maybe a Section 8 voucher for 2,000, and you pay the extra. You're not supposed to, but you pay the landlord the extra 1,500. And these landlords, they know that, so they get a check from the government, and then they get another cash. That's just what it is. It's no, I'm not hating on it. Wish I could have Section 8. Tried, never could get on the list, never could get on the list. Good Lord, the list, by the time by the time they called me, my son had aged out, I had aged out, my kids aged out. Um, so we indeed, I'm like, dang, I ain't applied when it was an infant. So not hating on that situation, but that's what a lot of the landlords out here thrive on. You grease the housing inspectors hands. They go ahead and approve you, which is how we got the house with the mold, which is how we got these houses burning down every 5 weeks. Go ahead and approve, you know what I mean? That's how we got one person owning so many houses in the area, you know. um I want to circle back to the Capri Austin thing. That I hope I'm off. I hope I'm off on the first, because this is something I would like to bring to the podium. Uh, I think that it would be classy of Kiana to step down from the fire and police board just because of her affiliation with Rucker. It doesn't matter if she, like, we don't know what happened in court. We haven't seen any tapes. We don't know any of that situation, but we just have the confessional of what the family said, and one, I think the girlfriend was a witness. But if she's on the police and fire safety board, I think it's only appropriate to step down. Like, just because of you don't have to still work for him or anything like that, just for your affiliation in the past. And right now we're looking at a murder situation. um and the family is saying that the paperwork hasn't gotten over. And even when Dalton released a statement about the paperwork, right, getting the evidence and paperwork getting to the state's attorney, Jason House didn't sign that. It didn't say the office of the clerk, the board of trustees, and the mayor's office like it do when it's fireworks. Or something good to say. That it didn't say that. They didn't sign off on that. So that's something that I think would be only like the right thing to do. Like, why hold on to that position when it comes with that overcast of, man, people are saying, and that's just people talking, right? But they're saying you're CFO. If you're saying you haven't worked since 2023, which was not that long ago at all, um, it could have been December of 2023. It could have been November. What are you talking? That's just a little over 2 years. Step down. Okay. Y'all asked for everybody else to step down in the name of transparency and honesty and all of that stuff. Step down. Um, yeah. Jason ain't signed it. Yeah. The people in the bushes that's listening and recording, hello, in a good way. Okay. So, um, what else we're going to say? Okay, so we finished that. That was the housekeeping. So now let's get into how I feel about um how we're in this. um okay, so I'm just gonna say, so just that was my 2 cents on Dalton. That's just how I feel. Uh, I would be scared for my kids to play outside. I just would. Y'all say I'm lying, pull up the stats. Why we got that nasty boom boom room hotel, pay about an hour up there? Y'all know what's going on up there. Why y'all got that going on in Dalton? Like, y'all know it's an issue. Y'all ain't found out who killed Christopher Ward at the Polish place. You haven't found out who killed Travis Davis, funnel cake man. Y'all ain't bring up no kind of charges on what happened to Capri Austin. Be careful with your sons out here. This is not Berg saying that. This is just factual. This is just what's happening. Be careful with your children. Be careful with the little girls crossing the street and getting hit by red Corvettes. And nobody even put a slow down sign up there or a speed bump right there. Now, let me talk about what the poor baby girl from Simeon, what was it, Simeon? No, South Shore. I think it was South Shore School. I might have it wrong. When she got hit crossing the street going to work and catching a bus. Let me talk about that intersection right there. That's King Drive and Sibley. Sibley, you could go about 40 miles an hour and nobody blinks an eye, but actually you could probably hit a good 55, 60 and nobody will blink an eye. King Drive the same way. What I want to say to that is it's a problem because the Pace bus, which is uh our our CTA, RTA, our transportation over there, right? We got the Pace bus out here. That's our transportation system. Sometimes they don't meet on time. If you ever caught a bus, have you ever caught a bus before? Let me know. Put a one in the chat. Um, Sometimes the buses are late because we have trains over there, right? So we have these trains over here, and they might, make a bus late, or we have a lot of lights. We have a lot of construction going on because the bridges in Dalton, they're getting made over. Okay, so that's pretty cool, and it slows stuff down. So when the buses don't meet, and you got to transfer, what do? You run across the street to catch that next bus. And sometimes the light hasn't changed. Excuse me, guys. Sometimes the light hasn't changed. So you're just hoping that traffic would stop. But now in the days of people texting and driving, YouTubing and driving, TikToking and driving, they're not paying attention to what's going on. They just see a green light and they think they good and boom. Not saying that this girl did not have the right of way, because I heard she did. She had 1000% the right of way. Even if she didn't, pedestrians are pedestrians. I was just driving down Sibley the other day. I actually got video. And I was doing some little content, and this dude just in the dark just darted across the street. And I was like, oh my God, like I didn't even see him. Like, and he just luckily me and the other cars didn't hit him, but he was trying to catch the bus. And it's as innocent as it is, it could stop your life right there, end your life right there. It needs to be signs right there. It needs to be signs, um some kind of signs, slow for bus, slow something, because that's just a heavy traffic area and people do a lot of transferring over there. So to go eastbound, people are going to Indiana and Calumet City. To go westbound, they're going to Harvey to catch the metro and stuff like that. To go northbound, they're going to the city. They're trying to go to downtown Chicago. And to go westbound, they're going to South Howland and Markham and Homewood, where they got the new casino. That's what they're doing. And so it's such a busy area on that corner. It needs to be flashing lights. It needs to be, maybe, I don't even think a speed bump could be, but it needs to be something right there. You do have to run across the street like oh my goodness. Was I live or did I send that to you? Choose. So yeah, I think I was talking to Choose, or we were FaceTiming or something, and uh the this man, okay, so Pablo's is right, it's like right it's Pablo's the club, then it's a laundromat, and then it's a liquor store. And this man just darted out in front of me just to go to the liquor store. Like, you couldn't wait 2 seconds. So yeah, be more, y'all pay attention to the road more, because I, that no one intentionally try to hurt anyone or hit anyone with their car, but that can happen in a blink of the eye. Look at that girl on TikTok that was sitting there TikToking, and she hit a pedestrian. It can happen in the blink of the eye, and your life could change. Is the other day, like, because Dalton is notorious for this. The kids in the summer, be very careful, no matter where you live. I was driving past Candy Cane Park, and this little boy puppy, I think I told y'all about this. The little boy puppy took off. He had a little pit bull. He just took off running. He was getting it. And I'm scared I'm gonna hit the puppy, because the puppy just came in between cars out of nowhere. Well, here comes like a 5-year-old little boy running behind him in the middle of the street. And it just could have been horrible if I wasn't doing like the 20 miles that we were supposed to be doing. Y'all be a little, calm, be a little patient, do the limits. I know we all want to be like, why are you driving so slow? No, do the limits, because you could save someone's life. Okay. So let's get into because I was supposed to go um into the next thing. So I want to talk about, my time. Hold on. I was supposed to be somewhere. Okay, let me do. Okay, so I want to talk about what's going on social media. So I want to talk about just our little inside group of people. We're just a small, like, it's only 16 people here, and that's a lot for us. So I know some of y'all in the bushes. So at least 10 people that hate my guts I listen. Hit the like button and consider donating to the channel. Okay, so I'm going to talk about the Amir Beth. What is it? Amir Beth. It's one more person. Y'all, I forgot who it was. Hold on. Let me get some water. I'll be right back. Okay, y'all. Okay. So I want to talk about, now this is this Berg. I just gotta let it all out so I can have a little conversation piece to tell y'all. So I'm sorry, y'all. I'm choking. Sorry. The stuff that amazes me. Okay, so it's the Amir Beth. Ryan. Ryan. Okay, so let me tell y'all about Ryan. I just gotta say it. Ryan, I always try to give Ryan a benefit of the doubt, but Ryan got mad at me because, and he has his own little mean group of people too. That chat he got over there is toxic. But Ryan's Gay Chicago, the happiest place on earth, right? He got mad because he had 2 lawsuits against Harvey. So I put in the chat, or I said something in a comment or something, and basically, but what I said was, "Hey Ryan, I think it was on TikTok, and he was talking about how, this person, this person, that this person's not right, this person's not right." And I said, well, he had like 2 or 3 lawsuits. And I said, well, maybe if you were transparent, which is, it's public knowledge, because you're so vocal. Not that, if he wasn't so vocal, I don't think it'd be a big deal. But I said, why don't you be transparent about the lawsuits that you have? And then people can't use it against you. Like, why are you not talking about those lawsuits? Like, he got a lawsuit against this person, a lawsuit against the city, then a 4-year lawsuit. I get it, whatever. That's your right. But I was saying, I he blocked me just for asking a question. I just said, hey, maybe you could be transparent about that. So something ain't right over there. Like, if you calling out everybody when you ask one question, why is it an issue? Now, uh, Amir, um, this is my total. This is just my perception. Um, I First of all, let me be clear. I do not think what happened to Amir out there on Myrtle and Harvey was right. I think that was dead wrong. I think I felt for him. I did not like that. And he has a right to be wherever he wants to be. And I thought that was just a bunch of mess. Um, definitely support him over there in that part. What I'm a little confused about, because I'm watching what's happening. I always choose say please I always try to choose my words wisely. What I'm a little confused about is what's happening. Like, right over, right over there, the happiest place on the earth on TikTok. Okay, what's happening? Like, it's almost like, and like I said, I definitely supported him with that. I did not like that was what happened to him and his daughter. But something's just not connecting. Something's just not right. That's all I'm saying. Something's not connecting. Something's not right. So the other day, I was minding my business about 2 weeks ago or so, and I noticed he put a post up about conscious. Conscious covered it yesterday, and it was basically saying he wrote like this whole long thread about how conscious should do better when she's covering that and covering stuff. She covered the Samaj Crosby case in Joliet. And from what I understand, uh Jedediah and uh Amir were both working on that. Now this is my thing. Okay, picture it, Sicily. Okay, let's talk the juiciness. This is the juiciness of this situation, which I can't connect with. I Okay, Jedediah Brown name is something else, like Daryl, right? His previous name, right? But now he goes by Jedediah, right? That was his previous name, right? So he got his right. He changed his name. He got his right too. Everybody, you got your right. Uh, Amir name was Greg, and then he changed his name to Amir. Got your right. You could change your name. You do, what you want to do. Malcolm X, eh, he changed Malcolm Little. Got they both be coming at each other for their real names. I be so mad. Like, is this the same thing? And then he'll be like, um, well, nothing got resolved in the Samaj Crosby case because of Jed. Jed said nothing got resolved because of Amir. Okay. Y'all saying the same thing. Then he'll say that Jed is an agent of chaos. And then he'll go ahead and post as he. Now, this is what makes the post so bad. The post Amir, if I'm not mistaken, is, if y'all correct me if I'm wrong, is a moderator in one of those politic group, like Thornton Township politics group. He's like a moderator up there with the other people from the Dalton politics group. So it's like one of those politics groups. He's a moderator in there. So when he posts something about conscious, he posts something about conscious and make it like you were bringing chaos to conscious when you could have just sent conscious an email and said, hey conscious, I would love to come on your panel and tell you what happened from a boots on the ground perspective in the Samaj Crosby case, right? Why would you do this long post for people to discredit conscious? You're doing the same thing as when Jed did this long post saying fuck burgundy blue. You're doing the same exact thing. So I don't think he sees that he does the same stuff that Jed does, like the big words and the, you know what I mean? Now I'm selling the astroplane book, and now you doing the exact same thing. So it just can't connect with me. Like it's kind of like that's where, and then you got a group of people that will do what you say do the same, even though your group is much smaller. It's like you got the people that were first following behind Jed now following you. Am I making sense, y'all? Am I making sense? Beth was walking everywhere. Beth walked from Dalton to Pritzker House. And now she's at every court. Like you got the exact same people. So he said something about conscious. And the first thing it, is everyone doing the same thing? Yeah. So so I was like, but at first he was, now I will say this, you couldn't get through a stream because I would listen to his streams at first, and you couldn't get through a stream without him giving conscious accolades. He'd be like, shout out to conscious, 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 conscious. So conscious asked a question, and basically her question was, what got resolved? Nothing got resolved. So she was basically saying, from a person on the outside, because she's not here in Chicago or she wasn't following these cases, like you have to realize a lot of these cases she just found out by getting into the Dalton stuff, and then now she turned around, found random news, found this. Now she's following what's going on with the activists, and she's like, well, you know, where I live, that wouldn't have happened. You know, it wouldn't happen like that. My community would come together. This would happen. Why is this happening? And so she asked the question, well, nothing got resolved. So he makes this whole 4-page letter like he's Aaliyah against conscious. And you know who's under the thing? It's Vivian. Vivian's under there, yeah, because conscious cool with some people. She came at me. And I'm like, no, hold on, Vivian. Hold on, Vivian. I for sure saw conscious making video after video after video in defense of you. It wasn't that she cool with certain people, and if you're trying to imply me as a certain person, no, she would always defend Vivian. Like I'd be like, Vivian is chasing me out the boardroom, yelling at me. Vivian is at Pete's circling the aisles, yelling at me, and she would always chalk it to the the game of the brain tumor. She'll be like, well, it's the brain tumor. It's the brain tumor. I'll be like, nah, skip that. She know what she doing. She know what she doing when she getting up there on crucial conflict thing, crucial conflict. That's the whatever crucial combos thing, saying I didn't live in Dalton. She know what she doing. She know. I'm telling you, Vivian know what she doing, because how you gonna say you don't know what you're doing when you're doing something harmful to someone, but you do know what you're talking about when you're saying that someone's coming at you for harassment? You can't have it both ways. So you have no responsibility because you have a, and y'all, if I'm saying it the wrong way, put it in the chat how I'm supposed to say it. You have no responsibility when it comes to the harm you inflict on others with your mouth, with your lies, with your chaos. But when it comes to, oh, because you missed everything. She's always in Shay chat. Oh, I didn't know this happened to Tiffany. That happened to Tiffany? Girl, all you gotta do is hit replay. That's you were there. You were at every board meeting. You were there, but okay. All right, it's the tumor. So then you'll go, but you could go over to what's happening to you when people are talking about you and be like, hey, this person, this is your summons to stop putting my name in your mouth. Now, how can you not be liable for all the harm you do to people, but you want other people to be liable for the harm inflicted on you because you could distinctly remember that. Now you remember everything that happened to you, right? So she was under the post like, yeah, conscious, and I'm paraphrasing. She was like, yeah, conscious came at me because of some people she cool with because she took something out of context. Again, conscious was defending Vivian every step of the way. So with the newspaper. And you know what, Raging? I think that can happen. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Like, I think it's all kind of steps. It's all kind of steps. But I'm saying that you probably gonna have a hard time when you can't use it in this capacity, but you're gonna use it in this capacity. It might be a hard time. I hope not, because as you guys know, and you guys who have been here, like my mods and stuff, y'all know I have always said I do not think it was right how Jason and Nikita and all of them used Vivian. I do not think that is right. And I said in the beginning, they were going to use Vivian. I told y'all it was going to be certain people that was going to be used. Just go back to my videos. Right after the rally, I told y'all it was going to be Mr. and Mrs. Roberts. It was going to be Vivian. And it was one more person. Hold on. It's one more person. Because I said they don't fit in. Oh, Grace Levi. I said, you'll never. Us and Dalton, we're so superficial. The people here are so superficial, and that's not shade. That's not shade to the people. They're not gonna. You think that Vivian having a prosthetic forehead? I always said that was enough for me. Like whether she had cancer, a tumor, or she had a bad perm, the fact that somebody had to go into your head and remove whatever, that's enough for me. Like that's just horrible for somebody that alters your life. You know what I mean? So that's enough for me. Um but it's just the way they used her up there. And I said they were, because I just couldn't believe that she went through there that one time. Like, this is a story she told us that she told us that Jason came to her and said, hey, would you run this, help Tiffany with her campaign? And then basically that she was promised a job as HR supervisor, right? And then that fell through. And why Jason, as the senior trustee, why he didn't help her get another job? Like, Stephanie went from the Park District. She went from Thornton Township to the Park District to back to Thornton Township they made sure they kept Stephanie with a job. They could have gave Vivian a little job. She could have worked in the water department. You know, she would have been perfect at Public Works because she would have been away from the people. And I think she would have been amazing because over at Public Works, you help people like get handicap signs and stuff in front of their residents. And I think that's so overlooked in our community because a lot of people they've been trying for years to get like, hey, I want a parking sign my own parking space right here in front of the house so that when I could park here when it's snow removal, da da da, or people don't hurry up and park here because I live across the street from the park, or I live across the street from a hot spot and people park in front of my house and I'm disabled right now. I think she would have been amazing over there in public works because she could just answer the phones, put in the work orders, and sort of keep to herself and not be overwhelmed. They could have gave her a job. They could have gave her a job. So then she turned back around and she said, trust Jason again. And what Jason said, oh yeah, we gonna get you, you gonna be good. And then they watch her get attacked. They did a whole smear campaign on Vivian, pulled up her kids, and she was on their team. They could have stopped that. They could have stopped that. And I think that is so wrong. And I have said that since the beginning of time. I will always say that. Yeah, I think he did. And I think Nikita too, choose. I don't know. That Vivian deserved a wig out of this, like something. So really her problem should be with Jason, the way Jason did her dirty twice, in my opinion. Like, I don't know their inside relationship, but it seems like Vivian only came out as a favor to Jason. Like, he could be the first phone call to be like, hey, you know what I mean? She would go live. He gave her an interview. She would go live. He he would super chatter. So she thought that was her friend. And look at how I mean, she went to school with Jason and Napoleon. Let's just be clear. Vivian went to school with Jason and Napoleon. And neither one of y'all could say, hey, y'all, this girl is going through neuro situations and all of this stuff. Leave her alone. That one person speaking up for Vivian could have stopped a lot. She would now she gotta go through court by herself. Y'all got no heart. Y'all got no heart. And I could just say that. Oh, it's just crazy. What happened? We actually have a whole different set of laws that are different from all other 49 states. Ooh. Oh. Wait a minute, what I miss? What am I missing up here? Y'all saying all that. The elderly couple that the husband died, so sad the lady came to the podium and said, Jason, I don't know where I fit in. What was her? Oh, Mrs. Creighton. Mrs. Creighton. She just wanted to stay out the mess. She just wanted to stay out the. I think I have a. I'm gonna just leave that where it's at because, of course, I love Mrs. Creighton and I have known that family. Like I said, my family got here in 84, 85. So I've known them all my life. She has a beautiful family that contributes to the community. And I think she just when Tiffany put that sign up for Elder Creighton and did the dedication, you didn't see them out there. You know what I mean? But then when they did the smear campaign on Tiffany, I think that Mrs. Creighton tried to say some things, you know what I mean? Just as Mrs. Jackson, who was on the school board, but they just got oversaturated and nobody wanted to hear them out. And then y'all have to realize how bad this thing went. People were trying to ruin people's lives. And I remember Shay saying on his thing, someone was going to get killed, and someone got killed, but not on Tiffany watch. Not on Tiffany watch, you know? And that's what happened. That's what happened, you know? It's crazy. So, okay, where I leave off. Where I leave off. So, yeah, that's how I feel about Vivian. Okay, back to Amir. So, so now Conscious does a video. Now, wait a minute, wait. We gotta rewind. So Shay's on vacation because happy birthday, Shay. Again, happy birthday, Shay. So it's Shay birthday all month, y'all. So make sure y'all look out for Shay. So it's Shay birthday. And Shay had a bunch of birthdays over there. He had a bunch birthdays, Father's Day. He had a lot going on over there. So let me tell you what happened. So Shay goes live and he says Jedediah Brown is in custody. Now, let me tell you the problem with that. Amir posted on his page, on Facebook, Jedediah Brown is in custody, but he would not enable the comments. I said, now before I even saw Shay do it, I said, uh-uh, uh-uh. I didn't even know what was going on, y'all. But somebody had sent me a mirror post. And it said Jedediah Brown is in custody. Why you turn the comments off for that? Why you turn the comments off for that? You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? And y'all know I'm not on Jedediah's side at all. Period. But do you see? Are you are you picking up what I'm putting down? Well, why would you take Jedediah Brown in custody? It's huge news. And let's not forget, he says he's a mega journalism, nationally, universally published. He's published in Mars. He's published he's published all over the world and 3 different planets. That's what he told us. And your comments are, you're internationally published, sir. So people over there in Lebanon and Finland and everybody want to know about this. Why are your comments off, sir? I said, Berg, get back to work, Berg. Just mind your business. Get your sewing needle. Mind your business. He took one of Tupac's. So I see Shay go live. And he said Jedediah Brown. I said, I mind my business because Shay know what he doing. Because if he said it, now it looked like to me that unless the police officer holding the phone, Jed is live. Jed is live. So I don't know if the police officer if he going live from the police officer phone or what have you. But I'm a mind my business. Hey, TK. TK, I just mind my business. Hold on, y'all. Okay, I gotta get out of here, go to work. Because y'all know we'll get silly in a minute. So I said, whatever you say, he in custody. So I'm trying to listen in. And as I'm listening in, he says, well, someone called me and I was in vacation mode, and they're like, yeah, your boy is in custody. He never revealed who called, so we do not have that information. Shay wouldn't do that. So he never revealed who called, and he was like, yeah, Jed's in custody. And so then he's like, well, Jed's live right now. And they're like, yeah, he's in custody. And I'm like, well, what is he in? How is he in custody? He lied. He said, okay. So basically, he broke down that it's the sensationalism of it all. Like, get Shay to put out that it's almost like the PR move of Dalton politics, Thornton Township politics. Like, get one YouTuber to put out this message. Hey, put out this message that Jed's in custody, and go. Sorry, y'all. Sorry, and go from there. Put out this put out this message that Jed's in custody and then go from there. So let's start the telephone line. So then Vivian reposts and this person reposts and that person reposts. So now I didn't, because I was working, so I couldn't watch the screen while this was happening. So um it seems like they went down to the courthouse and Jed's case got dismissed, which was good news for Amir. So if I got it wrong, y'all correct me in the comments. So Jed's case got dismissed and it was good news for Amir. But then at the same time, Ryan's down there at the courthouse too. Like, I got a restraining order against him. Like, Jed didn't have court, and from what I understand, that's what put Jed in custody for 2 seconds. Was what they had to restrain him was because Ryan had an order, but Jed had to be at court, so he was scheduled to be there, right? So was Ryan scheduled to be there too? Because how was he going to go to court? I was so confused by that. So they let him go. So Shay was saying, like, y'all playing this game of gotcha, and it's really going to mess your case up. And I agree. Like, I think that the win was that his case got dismissed, and you could have been clean and free with that. You know what I mean? Like, you good to go. You're clean and free, and then you come back and you're still fighting this situation because what happened to you in Harvey was absolutely horrible. But what happened to you was absolutely horrible. But if you keep playing these, like, hide and seek games, if you will, or tag your it games, it's just going to make you look like you're doing the same things you're accusing him of doing. Does that make sense? Okay, so now Shay said all that. Shay went in. Shay was like, you're a liar, you're a liar, and you're a liar. Just naming people. And then I ain't see no post from Amir. I'm not saying that for him to post. I'm not saying it. So I see. So I wanted to compare how all Conscious did was say, hey, did anything get resolved in the Samaj Crosby case? And you wrote a 4-page letter. But Shay was like, he called it out, like, no, you're wrong, and you're wrong. And it was crickets. So you know what you're doing. So that was my point of this message. You know what you're doing. You thought you were hitting the weakest link, which was Conscious. Now you want to play the she's supposed to be an officer. You want to play the she is white situation. You want to play these situations up, and she's not boots on the ground, but you don't want to respond when other people are calling you out. This is a call out. Like, for real. I don't mean me, but yeah, me too. But when Shay was like, why the hell was y'all doing all that? It don't take all that. It don't take all that. Just go down there, do what you're supposed to do, clean hands, and bring your ass on home and keep on fighting a good fight. And you will win just because you have the clean hands. But then it seems like you're doing the same underhanded stuff that you're accusing other people of doing. And that was the juiciness of all of that. I was like, oh, you said right, yeah, in Louisiana laws. But yeah, and I'm like, Ryan, how you down there? Y'all, where is Carl with a K? He wasn't right. The Carl with a K wasn't right either. So yeah, this is all the stuff that I just been holding on. I want to come on here and gossip with you guys about, because I just was like, what the heck is happening? And my advice is, stuff not going to go right for you guys if you guys try. I know it seems like the people that play dirty win, but sometimes you have to do the long game and do things positive and be right with stuff that sets it right with your soul. Like, I'm still trying to repair a lot of damage that happened to me, and I don't think it's fair that I should have to repair damage that happened to me, and all I was doing was reporting on what was going on. No, I don't want to be do what you tell me to do or report on what you want. And yeah, so I didn't get as many views because I wouldn't report on we hate Tiffany every 5 minutes. Like stuff like this. Okay, let's go into some of the things they were mad we didn't report about. Are you guys ready for a little tutorial? Put a blue heart in the chat. And if you can support the channel, we have Cash App and Venmo. If you like content like this, if you like Berg just shouting from the hips, shooting from the hips. I'm just jaw jacking with y'all. All right, let's go to exhibit A. Exhibit A. Why nobody talking about this? Now, we covered this before. Me, choose a couple of us covered this, but nobody wants to hear us because whatever. But Tiffany was never on that lease. We talked about Tiffany never being on that lease. It was a YouTuber, a huger YouTuber. I think actually, I want to say I forgot the YouTuber name, but I do know that Dear Bo Christian went over it and covered it, but he sort of was like, because he was on the anti Tiffany thing. Like people are just mad at Tiffany just for existing. Her English or whatever. Kiana say ambulam, library. You know what I mean? It is what it is. People over here talk like that. So let's go to what happened. And you can't go to Dane Placco and you can't go to Ben Bradley because they are Tiffany haters. So they will never tell you the whole story. So let's go to ABC 7.
Former Dalton Mayor Tiffany Henyard in her dispute with a former landlord, but her boyfriend is on the hook. The landlord claimed that Henyard and Kamal Woods owe nearly $10,000 in unpaid rent and other costs. And a judge ruled today that Henyard's name was not properly signed on that lease. However, Woods owes that landlord just over $7,000. And the judge also ruled Henyard's social security number was willfully exposed in documents. So Henyard is entitled to $1,000 from the landlord to offset the costs of ID protection. The landlord also has to pay Henyard for attorney fees.
Now wait a minute. Now wait a minute. Now wait a minute. So the landlord, so Tiffany is found to not be on the lease, and we have already said that. We already said Kamal was the one living there. Yeah, she probably was spending the night. That's her boyfriend. She had her spend the night bed, but she was over there, but she did not lease it. Now, I would say in my head what I think happened. Now, first of all, let's talk about Miss Janetta Hall. Let's talk about it. She said that she had a beautiful family that wanted to lease this space. What was it, 3,300 a month? And she turned it down because the mayor of Dalton wanted that space. That's what she said. Now she could have so this family probably wanted to live in this property long term, and she was like, "No, nah, I'm gonna give it to the mayor." So she saw the consistency. Now Kamal ain't got no job on paper, but Tiffany did. So she was like, "Here you go." So, you guys, Tiffany was not on the lease. Now, where's the reports and where's the GoFundMe? Now, this lady got to pay Tiffany attorney fees, $1,000 because she exposed her social security number on the internet. So that'll help her with the breach of all that. And then so she paid for that. What's that, LifeLock or one of those things? She got to pay her $1,000 plus attorney fees, and then Kamal owes $7,000 in back rent. I would love to know how much those attorney fees were, and if Bo was the one defending her, because that could be in the tens of thousands. So where's the support for the landlord now? Tiffany won her case. Now people under the comments, they're like, so her boyfriend still owe. That's her boyfriend business. Tiffany don't owe that money to that landlord, and y'all was screaming to the top of your lungs, pay your bills. Pay your bills. Now remember, the place was like what, 3,300 or 3,500 a month. So that's probably the month of rent that he was late, because it was only September to October. because we covered that. We were like, dang, he wasn't even 2 months late. He was a month late. She put 10 days late. 10 days late. She put a 10-day notice on, a 5-day notice on their door. So he wasn't even late a complete month. And so then she stopped accepting the rent. So that's when the story got sensationalized. Like, oh, Tiffany didn't pay her rent. So she ran through all that for God knows what. We don't know what happened, but she went through all of that. Now, remember, Tiffany and Kamal was there. If we want to say, what was it? Did they sign it in 2021? It was like she was the first month in to being the mayor of Dalton. So I think it was 2021. He was in there what, 2 years, 3 years without a problem until election time. Are y'all feeling what I'm putting down? Now here come election time, and now he's not even a month behind, and it's a whole dispute with the landlord. Oh, I can't get in to do this. I can't do this. I can't do that. And now she's on the hook for attorney fees, $1,000 for exposing her social online, and nobody, crickets, ain't nobody report on this. Okay. Hey, Mike Rule. Everything I keep saying everything happened in Tiffany's first month. Then we got distracted with warrant lists that were already on the internet. Yep. Let me tell y'all my prediction. Then I'm gonna get up out of here. This is my prediction. Because y'all thought this election was something. Next election gonna be juicy. I predict Kiana gonna run for mayor. I also predict what was I gonna say? Dalton gonna own St. Patrick's. The village gonna own St. Patrick's. I think they're gonna push the owners out. Hey, what's happening with the chocolate lounge? Have y'all heard anything? Did they get their license yet? I haven't heard anything. But yeah, Kiana gonna be mayor. They're gonna put Jason House in some kind of scandal. Presidents, not the president. St. Patrick's is gonna be owned by Dalton or somebody affiliated with Dalton, because they're gonna blur them on out. They're gonna like swamp them. They're not gonna have what they need. They're not gonna be able to do what they need to do, and they're gonna lose it. This is not what I wish, just my predictions, what we're gonna see happen. What else is gonna happen? Rutgers is gonna keep it on. They're not going to close Capri Alston's death, unfortunately. And that's it. That's my predictions. Sorry it's not more positive. It's just we're gonna have more liquor stores and more booty, blues, and bidwists, if that helps. Oh, yeah. Jason finally gonna be drunk. That I said, but because someone else on the internet said it, then it will be true. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's gonna be pool parties. I heard they got I heard it's underground, but we don't I heard they got hip hop pool parties now. What's it called? House music pool parties, which I think is pretty good. Like you get in the pool to exercise or dance to house music. I don't want to be in that community pool, but that's what I heard. Yeah. So that's what's going on. I'm sorry I couldn't have more positive news for y'all, but I wanted to just fill you in on the tea of what's going on. Colton's demise. House music and sandwiches. Who's Colton? Who's Colton? Dalton. Demise will not be Tiffany Henyard. Oh yeah, yeah. Um, I, you know, you know what I hate about. I want to say because you put those in there. You know what I hate about the Thornton Township Board, and I don't mean to be, and I don't wish this, so I'm knocking on wood. I hate the way they selected everybody based on if they would age out or even make their term. Like when you think about it, I think the whole Thornton Township Board, like, it's going to be totally new before they even have to run another term. And I hope everyone just stays in good health or maybe just want to step down when it get too stressful. But I think that they picked the board just based on if they would age out and just not be able to keep on doing their jobs. And I think that sucks. I think that really sucks. Um, it's gonna be like it's gonna be all black men on the board. That's what I predicted for Thornton Township. Yep. Yeah, Just Ice is actually popping. The people are out there on their roller skates. I'll take more video. I think it looks absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Yeah, GB. I said a long time ago someone was not going to make it. I said I wanted to talk to reality check TV, and then look what happened. Isn't that crazy? Yeah, I always feel bad about Chris because I'm like, dang, he spent his last days like all those days fighting with Tiffany and fighting for his position on Thornton Township, not to even enjoy it. And he had such a young family. Like, I'm sure that was stressful. Like, all of that going on. And he could have, we never know when our number's up. So I'm not saying that. But like the fact that he could have been like at home chilling and, you know, having, you know, more precious memories made and being because I heard he had a very successful construction business and been worried about his business instead of all the shenanigans. I could just imagine the pressure he was under to interview here and press just everything and all for what, just sad. Oh yeah, the skating rink is over there on TikTok. Yep. Yep. All right, y'all. Getting on up out of here. I gotta finish my day. Um, uh, I just think that I just wanted to say, like, it costs nothing to be kind to one another. And I'm not saying that because of me, because I will defend anybody when I see them being done wrong. I have to say something about it. I wonder, like, for a lot of people, when's the last time you stood up for what's right? Like, it just really is mind boggling to see the amount of grown people that focus on this mob mentality and want to follow to be a part of something. And then when they're not a part of something, they're crushed. I watch people hop from group to group to group to group. And I have never seen that like that before. And I'm like, you do know you can stand alone in your beliefs. And if somebody doesn't agree with what you have to say, that's why I love us over here. Like, we don't all agree all the time, and we all have our own opinions, and you don't have to agree with me to be a part of the discussion at all. But you do have to be respectful to be a part of the discussion. And when I see all these people just trying to belong. And it's like, oh, if I go over here and I'm mean to these people, I could be a part of this group. Or if I go over here and I donate a lot of money to this person, I could be a part of this group. Just be you. You are enough. This is just the internet. It's a lot of things I have to repair and a lot of things that happen to me. And now when I'm out and about and I'm, in my workspace and doing what I do, is people that come up to me in private and be like, hey, what Tiffany says is true. When people see you out there, they're like, hey, I'm sorry. I did not know. I'm so sorry, because you're really tough when you get these fingers on that keyboard, right? But then when you're seeing someone in person and seeing them in a space that you have to be in and thrive in, and you don't have all those people backing you, the mean old lady gang and stuff backing you, um, and you standing there alone with someone that you really can't even explain. Hey, what did Choose do? Why I hate Choose? What did she do? Oh well, somebody said she said, I don't even remember why we don't like Choose. That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense at all. And then what is that? What Choose? Is that patriarchy? I want to say. Am I saying the correct? What is the word I want to say? And this whole thing where y'all try to hit the women over the head first and don't have anything for the men because you know the men are gonna come at you. You get over it because we gonna come at you too. Get over it. Get over it. Hey Scott, they were looking for you over there. Get over it because we got something to say too. Just because we're quiet and just because we're feminine, some of us got, you know what I mean? Or just because our voices are sound a certain way doesn't mean we don't have shade. We could come for you too, but the internet is forever, and sometimes we just don't want that spirit of us being nasty to you to be out there and be our brand and be who we are. Like, I don't want that. And I've never fit in here because I'm not gonna be waking up angry, eating lemon pepper rings and pizza puffs and gyro vice lord cheeseburgers at breakfast and then get mad, be mad all day. I'm not gonna do that. I'm just not. I'm not. I'm gonna get up, have my oatmeal. Y'all, okay, so wait a minute. I just discovered something yesterday. So did you guys know because I've been picking up weight, just I've been picking up weight. Um and I told y'all my weight fluctuates with my thyroid condition. So I'm trying to eat a little healthier, but that bread be calling me, the rice, the pasta, it calls me. I love it. So um I was introduced to carrot chips. Have y'all seen these in the store? Okay, so I didn't know. I thought these were. Let me see if y'all seen these. I didn't know. Have y'all seen these? Cause okay, hold on. Let me share this. Cause nobody told me this was a thing. Why y'all don't tell me anything? So I need something crunchy all the time. Like I like potato chips. So somebody introduced me to carrot chips. So this is the driest thing you ever wanted to eat. Okay. Yeah, carrot chips. But okay, so I got these with some spicy hummus, and I really wasn't a hummus fan, but I like spicy, so I got the spicy hummus, red pepper hummus. Y'all, instead of me dipping my ruffled potato chips into my I like it's like the it's the dairy, is it French onion dip? Oh, I love a ruffled potato chip with a French onion dip. That little, oh, it's so good. Instead of me doing that on my spinach dip, the spinach and cream spinach, it's like the one you get from the Lay's section. I like that. Sorry, it's a lot of calories in there. So I've been eating the carrot chips with the hummus, and it's been giving me the satisfaction. But it has to be the crinkly carrot chips. It really make you think you like eating chips and dip. Just so in case y'all want to try a healthy snack, healthier, I got introduced to that, and I'm in love with it. And you could probably still use your do your Cool Ranch dip or your something like that with this, but instead of the chips with the salt. But these carrot chips, because I'm like, who would put this in a salad? That's what I thought it was for. But no, the person was like, no, you get the carrot chips and then you dip it in the hummus, and it is so satisfying. I don't eat anything processed. That's good for you, right? Raging. Oh, I forgot yogurt bowls. I had to carefully curate my algorithm. Oh, you talking about TikTok? Yeah. So I got introduced to this, I like my carrot chips with the garden. Like the peppers from like Portillo's. Ooh, that sounds good. Okay. So yeah, I'm learning. I'm trying to because I gotta lose like 20. I want to lose like 25 pounds. Now I don't see it happening anytime this year. But if I get away from like Raging saying the processed foods and um the bread, I eat too much bread. I eat a lot. It should be a shame the amount of bread and baked goods I eat. It's not even normal. It is so not right for me to eat that much bread and rice and pasta. Like I'll eat like two of my meals will consist of something with white enriched flour, and I need to get away from that. So that's what stop the bread. That you right, you right. That's my problem. That's my problem. Look, call it out, Raging. Hold me accountable. Hold me accountable. Um, I replace white bread with Tef flour. Ooh, now what's Tef flour? I got okay. Let me write this down. Okay, so yeah, so we got all this going on. But yeah, just y'all be kind to people. Like it was no need for people are just being nasty to like it was no need for people to be like what they say choose had a link card in 1986. They chasing down Shay and his kids and reporting the most awful gruesome things, and y'all fed into that. They said I was adopted, like that is something I could have helped. First of all, I was a baby. And first of all, and shout out to all my parents that raised me, and especially my mom that made the decision on what she decided to do. Hey, I could have been floating up Lake Calumet. If you know, you know. I could have been sitting up there and playing Parenthood. All right, just been sitting up in there waiting for Homewood disposal, and I was not. So my mom did. I'm glad my mom made the decision she made. Thank you very much. And y'all don't open whatever y'all decision is in pro life, pro choice. That's up to y'all. But I'm just happy my mama made the decision to do what she did for me. Um, just all these awful things that y'all did to people that just had a different opinion than you. Life is not supposed to be a bunch of yes people thinking about what you want. And y'all, you gotta look into yourself because what you do unto others come right back around to you. And it might not come in the way you're expecting, but we've been seeing a lot of gruesome stuff happening to people that was doing stuff to Tiffany. Can y'all agree? I've been like, damn, what's happening? It was like bad luck after bad luck after bad luck. I'm like, what is happening? And it's like y'all put all that energy into destroying somebody and she's still not in jail. I wasn't there. I don't know what she stole. I don't know what she did. I don't know what she didn't do. But she's not in jail yet. So how long y'all gonna be talking about? Let's say she don't go to jail for the next 5 years or the next 20 years. Are y'all gonna still say that people are looking into Jermont Terry, are you coming back out? Oh, y'all, I ran into Nate the other day from Fox 32. And you know, we need a part two. We need you to ask some questions that I could give you. First of all, Jermont, Nate, anybody, I can give y'all a list of questions that y'all should be asked. The real list that the real people want to know. You know what I mean? You know what they want to know. You know, for real. I got some questions. So y'all want to, it's just crazy. It's just crazy. And when I think about, remember what I my favorite my favorite memory that people love to conceal and don't bring up is that $500 that never got to Hannibal. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It was just like I was so scared. And remember, I asked first. I was like, ugh, I'm so scared because I'm not the exposing YouTube channel. But I was like, maybe people will realize that this nigga be, excuse my French, but he be lying. He be lying out his mouth. And then when I was like, I was like, Hannibal never got that $500. Burgundy, that Burgundy bitch is a liar. Hannibal didn't get that $500. He didn't. Everybody, that Burgundy is a liar. And then all of a sudden, when Jed had to come back around and say, if if I would have gave him a Bed Bath and Beyond gift, that was all that was all the cost. Y'all don't did nothing. Did nothing feel, I mean, and I was just hating that I had to just clear my name. I was just like, no, he didn't get that $500. I'm just letting y'all know he didn't get that 500. 35. That be the coupon on the box, Scott. Remember, be like, you forget, like, dang, I ain't cut the coupon off the box. And it was so funny because actually it was me, Gardis, Jason, and ASD. And I asked them, I said, did y'all give Jed the money to give to Hannibal? And Jason was like, yeah, I gave the money, but I didn't want to be a part of that video. And I was like, he never got the money. He was like, I know. It's like, he like, I heard. Y'all, and they, sorry, y'all. They like Burgundy, that lying bitch. Shay came out of nowhere. Shay came. What's the basketball term I want to use? Alley oop or slam dunk. Shay came out of nowhere. What? And it was only because we had to clear our name. Like everything I did, I was a liar. I was an agent, provocateur. I was trying to confuse the masses. Everything I did, and I wasn't doing nothing but sitting here talking to 10 people on my YouTube, and they was offended. But when that Hannibal didn't get the money, and then everybody saw that, they were like, oh, we can't really. Oh, oh, that was some. It was a time to be had. I just wish I was more of the, the more of the. It's just I wasn't. That wasn't my vibe or my channel where I could be like, aha. Yeah, report. He got $500 for reporting accordingly. But the thing about it, and this is not like shout out to him, but this is not against him. The thing about it was, y'all thought $500 at that time meant anything to Hannibal. He donated that money to Free Indeed. He donated that money to Free Indeed. So he just went ahead and donated it to a good. That money didn't mean anything to Hannibal. $500. Y'all, he was making $500 probably a day, if not more, reporting on Tiffany. So $500 meant nothing. But then when you see all the people that lined up, Sherry, thanks for reporting accordingly. Now she got her firefighter job back, right? Her secretary job back. Nikita got a job. Brittany, she wasn't up for election. She's up for election now. Tammy wasn't up. She's up now. Kiana was up. She's back in. Who else was on it? That's it. That was it. Right. And you know, they are thanks for your integrity. You push. This is the only thing that bothers me about the outside YouTubers. Y'all push the decision. Now I want to say they pushed the decision and a narrative based on the same people reporting to you what Tiffany was doing, and you never got the other side of the story. Yes, you would listen to some of the whispers about the other side of the story. Um, but that's it. You wouldn't report on that because nobody wants to hear that. They want to hear about this ghetto black mayor in Dalton. And then you had everything taken away from the community during this political fight, right? For the throne. And now we're in a worse predicament now. We're in a worse situation now. It's just crazy. Ran off. And just think that was only $500. That was only $500, and it didn't get to his hand. Like it took several weeks to get to him. Oh Lord. Mm. Oh, did y'all see Go Political come for me in my chat the other day? What's up with these people? Well, I don't think he was coming for me, but I made a post over there on my page like, hey, y'all have to go to my page. I made a community post basically about how things look a year later in Dalton. And a couple of people commented, and one friend to the show, Choose Compassion, commented. And then another lady, I can't think of the other lady name, she commented. And then Go Political came out of nowhere. I never see him on my channel. And he come out of nowhere commenting on Choose comment and basically started coming for a guest on didn't even say, hey Berg, I'm over here on your channel. Like I'll say something like, hey everybody, or hello. You just came in going in at Choose. And that's what I mean about the people coming for the women. Like it was so unnecessary the way Go Political came over here coming for Choose in defense of the Caroline. That's what it was. Okay. Wait, would you warn me before you put stuff in there? He said a melanated man from the south side of Chicago. Okay, so speaking of melanated men, before we go, I gotta get out here. I had so much of a talk. I want to come back and talk about the Obama Museum and how many people are displaced by that museum. Like I know so many people are excited to go by the Obama Museum, but they didn't push a lot of people out their homes, and there's some protests going on, and the news is not covering that. And I want to talk about that because I didn't even realize like how many people been living in that area for generations and generations, and they just pushed them out their buildings. Remember we talked about that big building that they did the raid on, and they pushed those people out, baby. They gentrifying that whole area so the people can go over there. I didn't know how close it was to the Obama Museum, so we got to talk about that. Well, he is biased because he stated Ed was his boy. Oh, who? Go Political? Ah. Mm. Oh, well, I will say, Caroline said, you all voted for Jason. I do not vote that. Okay, I will say that. And I didn't vote for Jason. But I will say this. I will say this. Um, she's right. Okay. This was my problem with the whole thing. So let me give you let me give you a prime example. The whole thing. This is how surreal. Besides my mail getting stolen, my packages getting stolen, things let me tell you how surreal this whole situation was. The whole situation was crazy because I had a neighbor that's known me since I was 6 years old, about, well, maybe 8 years old. And they were looking on the internet about what people were saying about me. And they could look out their window and see me, see my family, see everything about me for years, and be like, "Oh, you a Tiffany supporter." And we and and that man raped that girl. You supporting him, you supporting him too. Not even ask me and say, "Hey, hey girl, like I'm knowing you all, what's going on? Like they talking about you on the internet. What's going on? What's happening? Tell me what's going on." So, and let me tell you about what I'm thinking what's going on in our own community. We live here. They would rather be on the internet and look at what happened. Now they have nothing. They ain't no more big. They was going to look the whole time they hated Tiffany, they was going to Big Bingo. Right? And that ain't got no big bingo. They ain't got no little bingo. The bus ain't coming to get them no more. Tiffany was sending the bus, the chitlin hors d'oeuvres and all, coming to get the people, treating them 5-star. The only thing they do is get a ride to the casino now to spend their check at the from Thornton Township. They can't even get a bus hardly to their appointments. It's not the same schedule that Tiffany will have. They have all these complaints now. And I'm like, but you were getting all your answers. Oh, this week Hannibal said this. Or this week Nate the lawyer said this. They don't live here. You live here. You can see what's going on. And you have the right, if you want to support Jason, please support Jason. But make sure that you're watching what's going on in your community so you could be vocal about it and make an informed decision for yourself. So when I say Caroline is kind of right, she is right when she says, because so many people here was like, "Oh, I watched Pink Book Lessons and Tiffany doing that." Look out your window to see what Tiffany doing. Go to the board meetings to see what Tiffany doing. Ask the clerk for the minutes to see what Tiffany doing. You can walk up the street and get the knowledge yourself. You do not have to listen to it. Ask Kiana to see the back of that $500,000 check. Was it endorsed? You have the right to FOIA and get this information and see it for yourself. Why are you not doing that? Why are you not doing it? Right now, I FOIA requested the settlement terms of April the 6th, the April, was it the April the, what was it, April some second board meeting, I think it was, where Jason House came out looking like he had just been in a fight for his life. He came out looking like he just had a fight. Hold on. Let's go. Hold on 1 second. Hit the like button if you can support the channel. We have Cash App and Venmo there. We're currently not monetized, so everything goes back into the channel. Our little YouTube premium, our little StreamYard goes right back into the channel. Let's talk about it. April the 6th. So this is when they went off about the firefighters. Okay. Now, since Jason, every month has been something. Every month has been something. So, okay, hold on. Let's go to, so they were in executive session. Now let's just talk about it. So did we share it over here? Okay. Now they're in executive session. Their status, I'm gonna turn it down. The out now in this thing, they didn't set up. Now look at how Jason came back. I just look at how Jason came back after the executive session. Hold on, let's just look at how he came back, shirt open, tie hanging off. I just look at how he what happened? What happened back there? What happened back there? So
Trustee Norwood, second. Return at 10:29. I'm going to go right back into new business. Item B, hiring. Is there a motion to approve the hire of the deputy fire chief whose resume was presented?
Motion.
Second. Second.
Okay, we got the motion, Trustee Belcher, second, Trustee Norwood. Any discussion? Hearing none. Clerk Key, please call the roll.
Trustee Tammy Brown.
No.
Trustee Stan Brown.
No.
Trustee Belcher.
Aye.
Trustee Steve.
Aye.
Trustee Norwood.
Aye.
Trustee Holmes.
Aye.
Motion passed.
Okay, next up is a motion to approve the hire of an administrative assistant. Is there a motion?
I motion.
Second. Go ahead.
Heard the motion, Trustee Norwood, second, Trustee Belcher.
Belcher.
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, any discussion? If none, Clerk Key, please call the roll.
Trustee Tammy Brown.
Aye.
Trustee Stan Brown.
Aye.
Trustee Belcher.
Aye.
Trustee Steve.
Aye.
Trustee Norwood.
Aye.
Trustee Holmes.
Aye.
Motion passed.
Okay, item D will be pulled and and the change to the ordinance is forthcoming. Item E, motion to approve legal actions discussed in executive session, which are, I'm asking for a motion to approve the settlement of Brown versus Village of Dalton. Is there a motion?
Motion. Second.
Run out of paper.
That motion,
Motion from.
is that Trustee Belcher motion
Yes.
and Trustee Norwood second?
Oh, I'm sorry. Who was it?
Belcher motion,
And
Norwood second.
got it.
So with that, I'll ask for a roll call, please.
Trustee Tammy Brown.
Aye.
Trustee Stan Brown.
Aye.
Trustee Belcher.
Aye.
Trustee Steve. Trustee Norwood.
Aye.
Trustee Holmes.
Abstain.
Motion sustain.
Abstain.
Abstain.
Mhm.
Okay. Motion passed.
Item G, motion to approve the settlement on Woods versus Village of Dalton. Is there a motion?
I motion.
okay, so this is public funds being used for this. Okay, this is your money, Dalton, that was used to approve both of these settlements. So when I FOIA requested, asked, I want to know the T on the settlements. Basically, they just beat around the bush. They won't answer your FOIA. They'll say, "Oh, we got to redact some information. We have to talk to legal counsel." They'll try to. It's just a lot that they got going on, and I'm gonna follow through because first of all, use public funds. First of all, you see that. So what's the lawsuit? What's the number? What's the lawsuit? What's the first name? What's the terms? You use public funds for these settlements, taxpayers' money. So that'll be it. But I was saying all that to say, you have to be involved, and this is no matter where you guys are in your own community too. Be involved. Don't just listen to what people are saying on the news or on the internet, because if you listen to Dane Placco or Ben Bradley, they'll tell you one end of the story when you hear about Tiffany and her landlord situation. But then if you listen to Channel 7, they'll give you the whole story. Like, yeah, so Kamal still has to pay. Tiffany name wasn't on lease, but the landlord also lost, and she got to pay Tiffany for the Social Security breach, and she has to pay her lawyer fees. Why nobody wants to say this is what happened? Oh, it's because it's Tiffany and she won. What did she used to say? 25-0. 25-0. And why nobody sued Andrew Holmes and his pension for the assault? Why nobody sued him? And he's steadily getting money. He's get a pension for CTA and he still works. Nobody want to sue him? Okay. All right, y'all. I'll just leave it. I'll leave it there. I appreciate y'all. And hit the like button. I'll talk to you soon. And we'll see how many hit dogs holla and got mad because I only tried to do one thing.
So all I'm saying to you is like, come on, guys, we got to do better. We have to do better. And all I can tell you is that I am a fighter, and y'all know that. So when you come for me, be prepared for the fight, because at the end of the day, they talked about Jesus Christ. So why don't I think y'all are not gonna do me the same way? Somebody that's healing y'all and helping y'all. Same thing I'm over here doing, right? Healing and helping.
Right, asking another employee who went on that trip.
You went down to Springfield, and what were you hoping to do in
You need to ask the
Springfield?
people that handles that. I'm not the one that handled that. I was just riding the bike.
We need more.
Commentary blue, commentary burgundy, commentary, commentary blue, commentary, comment burgundy blue, commentary.